Now here's a weird thing. I've upset some clients too in my time. Not many, but a number. I've upset more colleagues than I have clientele. Think about this one. The person hears a voice on the inside of themselves. They hear a voice. The therapist says, so what are you hearing? What is the voice saying? What's the critical voice saying? And the voice says, you're no good. You're no good. The voice doesn't say, I'm no good. If I'm the client, I hear a voice that says, you're no good. And I tell you, the voice says, you're no good. Who's the voice talking about? Who is the voice talking about? The voice is going, you're no good. I tell you, the voice says, you're no good. The therapist might hear that as the voice is criticizing the client. The client, especially if they're one of those difficult ones, may be hearing the voice saying that you're no good. Or they may mistake the referential index, and they may hear a voice going, you're no good. Which is them, by the way, they're thinking that, but they may hear it talking about you're no good. So they get confused on the referential index. Does that make sense? What I found is, I got a steaming 2-page complaint from a client I've really pissed off. I mean, I've really pissed her off. She had a voice that said, you're no good, and she also believed no one could help her. I kind of figured that that voice was talking about the people helper. Because the voice says, you're never going to get cured, you're never going to be able to help. You're no good, you're rubbish, you're useless. And that's the voice she reported to me. So I behaved according to that, and I was so unprofessional it was ridiculous. She stormed out, she did not stick around. We got the whole session on video. She's furious. She's really furious. The voice no longer says, you're no good. The voice now says, Andy's no good. Now the referential index on the voice is clear. Now, she's had a 90% improvement in her symptoms. She does not attribute that to me. They can't be true because I'm no good. 25-year history, has seen some of the best names in change work, has not been able to help her. 90% improvement, but she's really pissed off. Because now the voice says the referential index is clear. The voice is saying, Andy's no good. But it's the change, the improvement's irrelevant. Because I wasn't nice to her in the process. Now these little things are really worth being aware of. And the exercises we're going to be doing later and tomorrow, just like when Nick was gonging and you stopped and went introspective, I want people to start to become aware of their own internal devices. What actually are you doing? What's really going on there? Because Freud's ego thing was quite interesting. Freud said our ego kind of just readjusts internal reality. We're able to lie to ourselves. We kind of kid ourselves that wasn't really happening. That wasn't really what we were thinking. And we can change it around a little bit, so we deny stuff. I'm going to suggest what you start to do is become much more honest with yourself on the inside. But there's a real easy tendency to be dishonest with yourself. Oh yeah, another way of negating the sender. You just be dishonest with yourself. Here's another thing, another device employed by psychotics. You negate the message. You negate the message. I never said that. I don't remember saying that. No, that wasn't said. You must have misunderstood. You're probably mishearing it or something. There's something wrong with you. No, you just don't understand. That's not what I meant. That's not what I intended to mean. Oh, for goodness sake, you're twisting my words. Negate the message. We just simply, people can say something and then immediately retract it and deny it. And it's an interesting thing with some people, how they will say something, take them literally, and they immediately backpedal and deny it. Another way of negating the message is incongruency. We say words, but the tone means something else. So we say a yes, but dress it up as a no. We say a no, we dress it up as a yes. We say a maybe, and we dress it up as a no way. We say that's really good in a flat, disinterested tone. We say, I really like that, with disgust. incongruency inside the communication. Now, the difficulty for the recipient on the receiving end of that kind of communication is, which portion of the message do I respond to? Hey, should we go to the cinema tonight? Yeah, I'd love to go. If you believe that and act on it, you're going to lose. But if you go, well, look, if you don't want to go to the cinema, then we don't have to go. No, that's fine, we'll go to the cinema. Well, look, I hear you saying that you want to go, but actually the way you're saying it suggests that you don't want to go. Look, I said I want to go. Okay, so we'll go. Now you have two people sitting in the cinema with a tension between the two of them. This is a problem. One of the things that the Palo Alto team noticed was that schizophrenics have a great difficulty, I mean a real difficulty, differentiating between the two things in incongruent communication. So the tone says one thing, the words say something else, and the schizophrenic responds to both portions of the communication at the same time. They have to split themselves in two different ways in order to be able to respond to those things simultaneously. That's a problem. Here is one of the things I've seen. This was quite extraordinary. I was sat having dinner with a family of a schizophrenic. I put it years and years ago, I stuck an advert in the paper, and I ended up living with a family who had a 27-year-old schizophrenic son. If you type in diary of a schizophrenia, you will find the diary. It's on my website. I put it online. Now, this family were barking. They were absolutely, the only person in this family who wasn't bonkers was the identified patient. Now, shortly before I left living with this family, I was with them for 6 weeks, we were having dinner with another family of a schizophrenic girl. And it was kind of like schizophrenic dating with mum and dad watching, because they only really got together to introduce son and daughter together because they had a lot in common. God, she was a nightmare. The daughter, she was absolute. And the guy that I was with was saying, I don't know why they do this. Now, at the table, both sets of parents are regaling each other with stories of their offspring's psychosis. I kind of thought this was a bit inconsiderate and really not the best thing to be doing. And they were swapping anecdotes and puns that were very emotive and kind of funny as well, with both offspring, schizophrenic offspring, sat at the table. This is a problem. What happens is the schizophrenic guy, starts complaining that his ears hurt. He's complaining that his ears hurt, and it's probably too hot in here, and that's probably why the ears hurt. So he needs to go and stand outside for a while. And up he gets, and off he goes, complaining of ear pain. And he's been in backs and forwards to otologists, whatever they're called, ear specialists, for years, investigating his hearing problems and his ear pain. As soon as he's gone, now parents start swapping stories about how awful it is that he has such a difficult condition with his ears.